Live open. We're going to be doing a live crafting activity where I'm going to build some 3D snowflakes. You got to see the final result in the image. We're going to start with regular sheets of paper, cut them and fold them into squares, and then make them into smaller squares, fold them and cut them into triangle shaped things. This one's a little bit messed up, but it'll look like this when we fold them, and then we're going to cut them into the 3D thing. I gave away my last snowflake, so I don't have a final result to see up front, but you're going to see how this one, which is poorly folded and part of this is probably going to be trashed. Yeah, someone cut this thing poorly, but we're going to see something like this turn into a 3D snowflake. So we'll start off with the basics. The basics is a full sheet of paper. So you get to see that we're going to do a full sheet of paper. So what we start off with a typical fold. Hey, Popsicle. Be Popsicle. We're doing a 3D snowflake. If you want to continue, you only need 4. Happy holidays. Yeah, back to work. And we're going to do... you need 4 items. You need paper, tape, and staples, and some scissors. So what we do is take the we're going to do a small one first, but I'm going to show you how to do it through a larger one as well. So we'll do both. We'll do the large version and the small version. We'll do the large version second, but I'll show you how you get to the square. So we take this and you look from the top. It's better to have contrast, so you take out the additional paper here. Boom. Take the additional paper and you fold it so you could see the corner to be perfectly pointy. Make sure the paper is not overlapping. Boom. You start with that corner and you work your way down with your slump. You slide the thumb right across the thing like that. A nice little crease. And then you cut the edge right here. We are live. Hey, Shadowless Tony. Today's just a little crafty activity. I'm not doing any Pokemon or gaming. This is just a simple crafting activity. Alright, so now you have a square. Alright. Now if you're gonna make a small snowflake, which is about 10 inches, 11 inches tall, we'll do the small one first, and then we'll do a large one afterwards. So you're gonna see the process. This is the basic setup right here. You just have the basic square, and we're now going to do with a small one. So what we do is we take the small square right here, we fold it in half like the opposite direction, so we could get both that X pattern right there. Alright, now you have the X pattern from here to the X pattern, and then you take this and we fold it in more squares. You try to get the corner line to line up to that corner. Boom. Start with the middle with your thumbs right there, and you work your way out from the center to get that middle crease that goes across here. You're going to repeat the same thing right here. I do this with my elementary, middle school. I don't have the high school. I've had high school students do it before too, but the teachers really like it, and they do this in their classrooms as well. And now you are left with 4 squares separated. You take your handy dandy scissors. You cut along the middle line. It does not have to be perfect because every snowflake has its own personality. Some of them could be generic looking, but some of them could be special if you use different types of scissors, like textured scissors, like cloth scissors that have little patterns on them. But we have... we'll do the easy one that takes up the least amount of paper, which is 2 sheets of paper that you're only going to need to make 1 snowflake. Now if you make a giant snowflake, which I will make as well, you guys will be able to see that. Doesn't have to be perfect. See, it's a little imperfect, but that makes a little character in the snowflake. As Bob Ross would say, happy accidents. And so we have 4, and I will take these 2 to make 6. Alright, so we got 6 of these. So we fold this in half right here with that triangle that was pre-folded already. And then we notice that this one has a little extra. So if you want to keep that extra for character, or if you want to trim it, if you're a perfectionist and OCD kind of like me, I trim it. It's better. Alright. It's not perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we fold this into a little corner right here. Boop. And you do that 6 times. So let's do it 6 times. Alright. This one has a corner that needs to be trimmed off because whoever folded it was probably a teacher or a child. Maybe it was a child, because I had a 3rd grade class help me use up all the paper that I had and did a full 3rd grade class a couple days ago. Alright, we have a second one right there. Boom. 3rd one. It's not perfect, but I'll do 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Clear off this mess right here. Some little and 6. Here's the 6th one. All right. And this is where people screw up. That one has a little kink in the corner. Let's fix that a little bit. There we go. All right. When we do this, we're going to make 3 horizontal cuts that are parallel to the bottom line. We cut 3 times, 1, 2, and 3 on the top. So it's going to be tricky. So it's going to be basically a centimeter thick line that goes parallel, but we don't cut this fold right here. Don't cut the fold. We go on the side of 2. So we cut it like this, about approximately. So it gets close to the line. I'm going to continue a second one right here, about the same equal length. And a 3rd one. This is where people make mistakes. That's why when you do 2 sheets of paper, you'll 2 pieces of paper, you're going to have 8 of these little guys, and you have room for to making 2 mistakes. But if you're only making a couple mistakes, it's not bad. When you open it up, it looks like this. So I put this over here, faced with the fold facing, with it facing down like that on the paper. So let's continue with these guys. It's a cool little thing when you finish it up. I've had a lot of people. I have a very good friend of mine. She taught me how to do this. She did this during a Skype session many years ago, and this has been blessing a lot of schools, a lot of families, as a result of her generosity in teaching me this craft. So I'm passing this on to you guys, what I've learned to making hundreds of these in the last many years of doing this. We have 3. Hey, Antonio. Thanks for popping on. I'm doing a quick little craft session teaching people how to make 3D snowflakes. And then I'm gonna if I get a good editor, we're going to edit it to make it into some kind of cool little short. And a cool little edited video. But I wanted to have the raw data of me doing this live so you could see it, how it works, and you could work with it together if you have 4 items: scissors, staples, tape, and paper. You just need 2 sheets of paper and you could do this. Or 6 sheets of paper for a big one. I'm trying to do the basic design, which is only 3 cuts. But it takes a little bit of skill after we finish this last one. Thank you so much. I got this shirt for a party. And now I'm wearing it for a lively Christmas stream for the holiday. Gotta make this shirt worth the $28 I spent on the shirt. It's a nice shirt. I like the shirt. It's not that breathable, but it's very cool to feel on the skin. I wore it to a party earlier this week. I wore it for a stream a little bit too. So, today is a Christmas stream. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Finally was able to do it. Today's the last day of work for the school district. So I'm making this for my teachers. I'm making this for my students. I saw my last student a few hours ago. Alright, now we have the tape. I pull about this much worth of tape, which is about 5 inches, 5-6 inches worth of tape. And then I put it at the edge of the table, just barely at the edge of the table. And it's just dangling there. I have a little fan under the table. So then I cut with my scissors just a small little piece of tape about that big. And I transfer that to the tip of my right finger, which is my main finger because I'm right-handed. And this is the hardest part of the whole thing. I feel you've got some cool Krampus gauges, and I got to get the use out of them during the holidays. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, got it. Yeah, max out your season. Have fun. We only have this Christmas, and something could happen. Last year this time, I was healthy, but in a week from last year this time, right before Christmas, I think it was probably Christmas Eve, I started getting a cough, and it turned out getting worse. And then I think on the 29th, it became something that I needed to go to the hospital with. It was that dreaded C word that put me in the hospital till January 4th or 5th or something like that. So it was not fun. So you make a nice little tube using that thing. So I'm going to repeat that. So this is the final result of the center of the thing. But I'm gonna repeat it after I do so the next step is, so I'm gonna try to do all 6 of these guys. So you grab your thumbs on both hands and try to make a nice little tube carefully, because this requires a lot of hand-eye coordination. Make a little tube and use your tube to bend the paper to make it into that nice little tube right there. Grab that extra bit of tape that's sticking out, grab it, and put it right on there so it doesn't stick out on the edge. Unfurl it off your finger and make a nice little tube right there, and try to face them down. You do that for all 6 of them. So I'll do all 6. Generally, this piece of tape is supposed to be as thick as the paper cuts that you make. So these paper cuts are about 1 centimeter in diameter. But the center one might be a little bit thinner, so you cut a little bit thinner for the center. But there we go. There we go. Yeah, I just came from working in the jail with one of my students, and they got a bunch of cards from a bunch of places around the country, specifically labeled for them. I was like, oh man, in my 18 years of school, I have not gotten anywhere close to that many cards in 18 years, and this one student who's in jail got all of them, man. They really care about the kids. Schools, the kids don't care that much about some of the teachers or, you know, counselors. I was talking to family counselors and our thing, and we didn't get much on our, we don't get much recognition from the staff at the schools that we work at. But I did get a card this year, which was the first time in like maybe 8 years, as far as I remember. So I got a little jealous. But, oh no! Ugh. Alright, there we go. I knocked it over. Clumsy. That's what an editor would be able to figure out. You're doing a puzzle. Hey, Haley. Hope you're doing well. I'm making 3D snowflakes. And if you want to follow along, you could rewind this a little bit and catch up on where we are right now. And because I do it in groups of 6, you could get to the step that we're on pretty quickly. This activity usually takes about an hour for me to do when I'm working with kids in the classroom, because I'm basically doing one per kid and going and modeling it for them on each one, because they make different size cuts and you have to model it and show them how to do it on each one of the kids' table so they could see it and do it themselves. Some kids catch on really quick, and some kids just want you to do it for them. And kind of indicative of our society. Some kids want to see you do it so they could figure out how to do it themselves, and some people want you to do everything for them. Alright, so we got all centered. Hey, wolf lady. I am doing okay. Marginally stable, as my friend would say. I'm doing okay. So I'm making 3D snowflakes. And hope your day's going well. Hope your child's doing well. Alright, so you see the tube right here. You flip it to the opposite side for the tube to be facing down. You did that earlier. Nice. And you roll it like a tube right here and try to make a little crisscross pattern like that. I try to make it, some people go beyond it. I go right in there so it kind of blends in there. And then you roll the tape right off your finger like that. Try to put it right up to the edge so you don't see the seam. And there we go. Looks like the tape is not even there. And then you flip it again to the other side. Do it again. Boom. Doing all right. Kids are good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I'm up to 622 subs last I checked. Yeah, this is fantastic. So, and then we flip it again to the opposite side. You alternate going back and forth on each side, and you end up getting a 1/6 of your 3D snowflake, and it looks like this. Hey there, Felix. See, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now if you multiply this by 6, staple them together and make a nice 6-pointed star, it comes out to be a nice little snowflake. So back to we have 5 more to make. So remember, the tube that you make it from the center of all this stuff, you flip it to the bottom and you rinse and repeat. You rotate from the last one that you do gets flipped to the bottom. So let's go to this one. I made a star out of the snowflakes like you're doing earlier. Nice. I'm glad that you're able to do these things. These are pretty cool and actually look pretty cool when you're finished. Nice little things. I like doing these little things for the holidays. Now we have it on video that people could copy and maybe have their families decorate their thing. One of my students said his family put it on the top of the tree and made it their Christmas star for the tree. That's pretty cool. I don't know they're that strong, but so we have 2 down, 4 to go. After this, oh crud, it took a little bit of the table, so you could tell what quality IKEA tabletop this is. Table, a little bit of tape ripped the the color right off the table. Ugh. All right. Hope you're doing well, Felix. There we go. Gonna put another piece of tape out. I'll put it off the leg of this camera. Hopefully that will stick. I'll put it right off the back of this. Boom. Alright. Now that we made 3 of them, I'll show you what we do with the 3. Okay. We'll get half of the star made, and you get to see and imagine what the other half will look like. So we take 3. Boom. And I choose to use a small stapler that I think I got at either at Kmart, a Walmart or office supply store. It's a small little stapler. And what I do is I go back to back right here. And then I go for another one right here. And I try to go opposite face to face. Like that. And then I take the stapler. Get as close to the center as I can. Boom. Put it there. And this is what it looks like, half of it. So it looks pretty cool, half of the star. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing again. I'm giving the star to my mom for Christmas. Nice, that's excellent. Yeah, my students gave that. See, this is a gift that my kids give to their parents as well, because it's a nice gift that they put, a nice bit of time into. It shows a little bit of their personality. They also get to pick a ribbon to tape onto it, which we'll do a ribbon tonight as well, today. And it's a nice little gift that you use 2 sheets of paper, scissors, tape, and a stapler, and it comes out pretty cool, and it looks pretty well done, pretty detailed. If you do a higher detailed piece, larger piece, I would suggest using thicker paper because it's pretty flimsy if you cut it to this thin of a level. But we're gonna cut with the cuts on the larger piece would be twice as thick as this. So, boom. All right, so that's 1, 2 to go. So, what are you all planning for the holidays? What are you guys gonna do? I'm gonna spend it at home, spend it with the family, out of state, in state. What are you guys doing for your holidays? we are done with the basic snowflake. I just have to staple multiple times to make it work. So, alright, so what we do, we grab the 3 again. I go, see the fold against the fold, that's what I do usually, and then I do the opposite right here. Just space the fold like that, because it gives some kind of a stability as they're opposing and their foldings. Gives a little bit of strength to them. Staple also helps out. And then on the individual pieces, you take the stapler, you try to make that little X pattern, try to line it up like that. Try to slide the stapler in. The small stapler works better than the big ones because the big ones bruise the paper. Put a staple right in the middle. And do the same thing with this one right here. Slide that in there, try to find the best entrance. And there you go. That 3 is done. Didn't do that with this one, so we're going to do that again with this one right here. You can try to put it from the top, but you have to be very careful. See, there's not that much room for the top to go from here. It's very, very hard to go from the top because there's not. So I go from the side. There's always a reason for this thing. All right, here we go. Try to match the V, get the V even. There we go. And then, see how the staples face in one direction? I try to have them face each other like that. I try to put them in the middle as much as I can. And I put 2 more staples, one on this side with my right side and one on this side, so it won't twist any direction. So I slide that in there. One right there. Like that. May not look pretty, but it's not meant to be looked at very closely. Meant to look pretty cool from the distance. So put the staple right here. And last but not least, we have, come on. A finished snowflake. Alright, so we have the small one. This is the small one that saves amount of paper. This is 2 sheets of paper with the snowflake. Now we're going to do the one that takes 6 sheets of paper. It's a lot larger and you're going to see a lot more on the... It's a lot easier to fold and roll because it's not as intricate as this one. But you'll see. You'll see. Here we go. So we take... Back to remember, you grab a big sheet of paper, fold it in a triangle, and trim off the edges. Alright? You do that 6 times. So let's do 6 times. I'm going to leave these for the small ones. So I'm going to grab 6 more sheets of... another sheet of paper here. For the big one, we do the same thing. Okay, so I'll put that right there. So let's do 6 of these guys. So try to get that corner lined up with that paper. Make sure that it matches so it doesn't stick out too much. Corner, and run your thumb across like that. And then you trim off the excess. Okay. There we go, 2 down. Four to go. There we go. 3 to go. I could see a little Greta Thunberg being angry at how much I'm wasting paper. Put a little meme. How dare you! It's a beautiful piece of art representing the snow. Here we go. One, two, three. Two more. No, it's not a tumor. Alright, here we go. Alright. Uno mas, one more. All right. There we go. Alright, now we take these big guys right here, we fold them in half like this. And do it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Last one. Now the question is, should I make this into a basic triangle or go detailed? Well, considering we have a limited amount of time, let's just go for the basic snowflake versus a detailed snowflake. A detailed snowflake will cut double the time from here on. All right, last bit of sweet tea. Let's do this. So once you get it to this point on the paper, this is a larger version. We cut about an inch or so, and I think we do 4 cuts this time, about this thick right here. So we're going to cut parallel on the side that has 2, close to the line up top. So I'm going to cut it to probably about there. All right, maybe less than a centimeter. Okay, second one. And, oh yeah, we're doing 3 cuts as well. So, it's only 3 cuts. See, 3 cuts. And then you repeat that 6 times. And we're going to get back to where we were with the small one. It's about a little bit less than an inch. Down, 4 to go. With the larger stars, you don't need as small of a stapler. But the small one will help if you're going to use the small ones in the future. Two to go. Remember, you cut the 2 sides, not the one-sided. The 2 folds, not the single fold. This is a good activity for self-control, anger management. And working with your hands, nice little therapeutic activity. This is why I incorporate it with my clients. This is why I'm going to give this to my teachers to watch if they want to learn to do it themselves. There we go. 3 of them done. So now we open them all up. So try to be careful not to rip it. Again, try to make the fold having it look like that. With the fold facing down, so you have some strength in the design. Just be very careful when you're doing this stuff. Very careful. Be very careful. I'm folding paper. Paper boy. Almost done. Hello, people. Thank you for watching. We have 2 more to go. 2 more to go. This is the hardest part of any of the subjects right here. If you're ever making this, if you're coming in late, this is the hardest part right here. After you cut and fold and put it all on the table, this is the hardest part. If you could get through this part, everything else is super easy. So you open this little guy up. Alright, so see, now that the fold is like that, facing down, you grab your piece of tape. Try to get the tape as wide as the cuts that you make. So you're making a bigger piece of tape here. So I'm using this big of a piece of tape right here instead of basically three cuts to make the small one. So from the middle, use both. Put it on your main pointer finger. Get your thumbs and both of the thumbs and start working this paper into making a tube. You curl it up and try to make the tubes crisscross a little bit. Crisscross is going to make you roll. Barrel roll. All right. Here we go. You put like that. And you put the tape like that. Again, it does not have to be perfect. You got that. You face it down. Grab another piece of tape. Two pieces, so do it this way. You roll it, opposing the other tube. Try to make it cut right there. Boom. Alright, flip it over. Rinse and repeat. Roll it. Tube. Make the tube. Try to put the X right there. Put the tape there. Alright, get some more tape out. Alright. The big guy is going to look like that. So, one of them. So this is gonna, if you want to do a comparison, this guy is gonna be 6 times as big as this. So you make sure you put this on like a door or something like that because this is huge. All right. So I need to make 5 more of these. So 5 more to go. Rule of thumb, when having the tape on your desk, don't have a fan under the desk blowing it. Make it stick to the bottom of the desk. Alright, here we go. Alright, so you roll it with like a tube. Make a nice little crisscross pattern in the middle. Try to get the knife to be as even as possible. Daughter singing in the background. It's not going to be perfect, which is okay. It's part of your personality to show that you don't have to be okay to be imperfect. Flip it upside down, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Oops, I accidentally put it on the wrong spot. Try to peel this off without ripping the paper. Alright, try it again. There we go. Flip over. Two down, 4 to go. Remember, the hard part is in the middle. Once you get the middle one done, the rest is easy. Hey, McFatsack. How are you doing today? I'm doing alright, man. I'm just doing a little crafting activity I kept promising myself and procrastinating on, and finally had the time to do it after I finished my last session for the 2022 school year for my students. So this is also for my students and for the teachers that I work with, so that's why I'm wearing my fancy t-shirt, work shirt, and party shirt, and work clothes to celebrate the holidays and make a nice little gift that will hopefully keep on giving and be used every year for snowflake making. Alright, we were halfway there, so halfway there! Alright, here we go. Put it like that. Not bad. Got a full house of kids. I'm finding a quiet corner. Awesome. Yeah. House of kids could do that. My wife has my daughter upstairs right now, and I hear my daughter having a lot of fun. So you take the stapler and try to connect all three together like that. Provide stability and uniformity. And a large stapler will work here for the large version. But this is half of the snowflake. Remember, this is 3 full sheets of paper. This is 2 sheets of paper. So you choose on how much you want to spend on making the snowflake. This is a little bit more intricate. This is going to be a lot bigger and different locations that you could put this at. You could put this as your front door wreath kind of a thing. You could alternate colors. You could go red and green, red, green, red, green, red, green, and it'll work because it's even numbers. But 3 out of 6 is done, so I'm gonna put that right here. Let's do the rest. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to help you out, but I think I've done this enough that I've pretty much answered a lot of the questions that's been asked me through the years of making these snowflakes. Remember, the art is in the thumbs, if you're able to roll the paper properly. Not too tight, not too loose. Just right. Hey there, Amphibia. Hope your day's going well. Alright. One more flip. So I've made 2 snowflakes. I'm almost done on this one. Right here, I have 1 more to make, and then we will combine them all together and make a giant... I have 2 more of these to make, so here. 2 more to go, and then we have a giant snowflake for everyone to see. How's my day? My day is okay. Little drama at home. Schools are good. We got to spend some time with some of my students. My students in the detention center were a little bit more receptive than normal, which is good. And my students at the elementary school was absent, so I didn't get to see them. Because this is the last day of the school year before the holiday. And the students in the jail, hey Shona kid, how you doing? We're making snowflakes today. We're making snowflakes. You could rewatch this stream and you get to go through all the steps on how to make your own 3D snowflake. And it looks pretty cool when you're finished. We're on the last bit of the second snowflake. We made a small one, and we're making a large one right now. The small one only takes the small one takes only 2 full-size sheets of paper, and the large one takes 6 pieces of paper. So we're doing the large one right now. Okay, one more to go. Alright, here we go. I love craft. We'll definitely go back and watch from the start later. Awesome, 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 awesome. I'm going to do some pictures of them in my Cool Builds Bro section on there. I'm building these snowflakes. I have a craft section in my Discord that will be for people who like to build stuff, like woodworking projects and crafty stuff and paper snowflakes, paper 3-dimensional snowflakes. And I just knocked some of my Pokemon cards that I have not sorted out over. Still have to sort those guys out from yesterday. I sent a message to every single person that wanted to get in Just Joshin's giveaway, and I think he's going to do the announcement tonight. I gave everyone individual messages to make sure that they subscribed. Had an alarm set to stream. I've been waiting just to have them stream 4 hours early. Nice. Alright, well, I'll just use the last big piece of tape on the last one, seeing I don't want to waste tape and throw it in the trash. I'll just put this one big old piece of tape, like a double tape right here. Boom. Cut this. Let me do a little bit of microplastic surgery here. Aha. Do a little OCD, make it perfect so you don't see it in the seam. Look at that. Alright. Don't waste tape, kids. Yeah, alright, so we put the folds against each other like that, like they're facing each other. Then the third one, I do the opposite direction on the third one right here. Grab my stapler, and I staple it right in the middle, like that. And then I staple these sides pieces together. And like that. And now, with the powers combined, these two will make a giant snowflake. Let's see here how to do this right without making too much of a mess. Like that. Try to put them across each other. This is going to take 2 staples, one on each side. Like that. That. And then grab these little guys right here. Today I watched someone live pull a moon. Oh man, that's nice. I'm jealous. I don't have any more Evolving Skies packs. I only have a Vivid Low Voltage, Sword and Shield, and Lost Origin. Those are the 3 packs I have, 3 kinds of packs I have left. And I'll do a live stream on that later, for those who are interested in Pokemon. because I practically do a free live stream every day. There we go. Boom. Bigger than my face. So let me see if I could zoom this thing out so you could actually see a better version. Let me see if I could do this here. What? So that looks what it looks like, guys. Looks pretty cool. Every easy spend more moolah and get more. Yeah, I watched. Yeah, spend more moolah. Yeah, I also get in more trouble. All right, so what I do here is I have ribbon that I just usually cut a few inches off of it, like that, or a few feet, maybe a yard or a meter, and cut it. Boop. I grab a piece of tape and put it on. So, I grab the center of one of these guys right here and put it like that. And then you got yourself a dangler. And you can hang it on whatever surface you want to hang it on. So I could put it like this. I'll make a little knot. I'll make a little knot here. So make a little. There we go. Now I have a nice little decorative background for my art. A little Christmassy. Make a little Christmas. I'll get a blue string here. Let's do that for the little guy. About that long. Another piece of tape, but smaller. Alright. So cool, my daughter would love making some of those with me. Nice. I have Hulk hands, so watching people do stuff like that is neat. I have Hulk hands too. No, I don't have Hulk hands. I have normal size hands. But I have a Hulk temperament, and I just learned how to stay calm and chill in crazy situations. There we go. And the next one, actually, I'm going to put it into Hulk hands. So I'm going to put it onto Hulk hands. Maybe that might not pull them off. So what I do is I do a loop. I roll it backwards. I do a loop right here. So if you want to do just a temporary knot, you roll it like that, boom, like that. Then you have it'll hold on to it. And I could just angle off of that. And you're not tying a knot onto the ribbon. Alright, here. I'll put this into these Hulk hands. Alright, so you guys get to see where's my Hulk hands right there? World War Hulk. Get to hold on to this string. There you go. So that is it. That's how to do a 3D snowflake. And I hope you all enjoy that. Boom. Hope you all enjoy that. It was fun. It was real. And I had some fun. Hope you all had fun watching this. We have 7 people watching right now. You know, right when people start ending their stream, that's when a lot of people start watching. I appreciate the 7 watches, people. This is going to be out there for all of you. If you ever want to make any kind of snowflakes, or if you have any ideas or craft ideas, please send me a message. My Discord information is in there. My website is mrmika.com. And you could always send me a message if you want to talk on Discord. We talk about counseling stuff. We talk about crafty stuff. we have a cool builds bro section where you could build some cool ideas. If you have a cool crafting idea or a cool woodworking idea, I want to see it. I'm gonna be doing some cool builds of I'm gonna build the Mandalorian because I bought that for myself last Christmas and it's still in the box. I have a 1932 Ford Vicky up there, a little model up on my shelf that I bought probably last year too. I have never built that one as well. I have a Groot that is 3D printed, has some dings in it that I want to sand and paint and make it look like a Groot itself. A Groot head. Let me show you that one. This is for headphones. I got it 3D printed. I think I bought it for, if you notice why it's gray, it's because I sanded it a little bit. I didn't get into the intricate details, but it usually looks this shiny. But I want to sand it, put some primer on it, and paint it with some acrylic paint. And this is going to be my Groot headphone holder. It's pretty cool. Cool 3D printer. Got to learn how to do that. And see, I didn't sand the back side. I sanded the front. And this took a few hours worth of sanding because you have to go into the little crooks and crabbing. So this cost me I think 30-40 bucks. So it's not that bad. And you could look up 3D printed stuff, and they sell them pretty cool. And this is a pretty cool detailed Groot. I wanted a helmet. I wanted a head so I could put my headphones on, because you know, once it's done, I'll be flexing with the Groot head. He gets to hold my headphones. I'll be able to have him sitting on a shelf or something like that when I get my actual studio / room / man cave where the gaming and the videos and the crafting and all the fun art stuff will happen. And apparently he took a fall. Oh, I like that thing. He took a little fall and he has a little hole in his forehead right there, and has a little fall right here that cracked off. So I'm gonna make it look like a woodworking activity. I might try to figure out how to do filler. Don't know how to do filler on these plastic resins and all that stuff. But yeah, they are fun to play with. I have never used one. I don't own one. I just ordered this online. I ordered a 3D headphone hanger, and it's hanging right here for headphones off of this bunk bed. And it's supposed to be for Xbox controllers, so I could put an Xbox controller, but I could put my PlayStation controller on it like this. Like that. Let me show you to you. And it holds my PlayStation. You put headphones underneath. It's a pretty cool headphone controller holder, and that one I think cost like $8 or $9. It was not that bad. So those are out in the market as far as something you could get. So my Groot is going to be, I don't know what my next project will be. I got last year a Christmas gift was an airbrush compressor and an airbrush. So I have a fancy airbrush that I've never turned on, or the compressor that I've never turned on. So I have that to work on as well. If you guys get to see my garage eventually, it's really OCD packed as far as, looks like a hoarder lives there, but it basically has 3 families worth of stuff and a lot of furniture. So I need to do, that is my spring cleaning project for the year. My other project is to finish this drawing right here. Boop. My Cad Bane. And finish his drawing, do that. That'll be on my doing some art projects, and I'll be in a nice build bro. I guess that's gonna be in the art channel as well. But yeah, those are the things that I want to do this year. This year I want to learn how to edit, so these videos won't be so long-winded and not watched in terms of, you know, 100 views. I want to get some well-edited videos that'll look good. And that's my New Year's resolution. So learning how to do editing and finishing my art pieces that my ADHD brain says, ooh, squirrel, let me do that. and never finishing it. So that's my goal for the year. I want to finish the alphas drawing by the end of this month, and have it mailed out by the end of this month. And that's when I'm also going to be mailing out all those packs of cards too for all the people that have entered in on my Pokemonster channel. So otherwise, hope you all have a great day. I'll be back in a little bit, and I might be playing a little Destiny because a new thing came out with a new weapon coming out. Destiny 2 has a new thing that came out, and I'm going to try to get that thing, a new gun, and it's a cool little mission, and I will see what happens there. So until next time, until next stream, my day is over in 4 minutes when it comes to work. So have a great one. God bless you all.